Oh. Oh.
Wow. Is that the first time you opened it?
No, second, listen.
Oh.
I need to taste it.
I really hope it's nice, because you've been, like, excited about drinking that for, like, a week and a half.
Yeah, longer. I think it's been about 2 weeks. Let me taste it.
Yeah.
Ooh, it tastes like a restaurant sort of rosé.
Cheap. That they sell for 29 quid.
Yeah, that they buy for a tenner. Okay, so I'm drinking this bottle of rosé that I got it so that I could drink it on Valentine's Day, but we ended up drinking cocktails, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We just made some awesome cocktails instead.
And the bottle looks incredible.
Yeah, that bottle is awesome.
And
I really, really like that bottle.
And this is a glass. It comes with like a glass top.
Yeah.
That I can use that. We can use that as a wine stopper.
Yeah, definitely.
Is it called a wine stopper?
I don't know. We bought wine stoppers not recently.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
But this is glass.
But that one's nice.
It's glass and it's got like a plastic thing around it.
It's like a glass cork.
Yeah.
Kinda. I don't know.
It's
Anyway,
nice.
welcome to the Wandering Womb podcast. My name's Jess. This is my partner Jamie, and we like completely smashed 21,000 downloads of our podcast, which is crazy. Loads of you now messaging us and like contact us all the time, and there's like all these like in jokes and shit. Like,
I'm just gonna turn the heating up.
you're gonna turn the heating up?
Yeah, I'm cold.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, it's nice to be able to like sit down and record some podcasts, and we've decided to do an anonymous Q&A, which we've never done before. And Jamie found this software, this Curious Cat app, that means that people can ask us live anonymous questions, and then we can answer them. So we put the link up a minute ago, and then like people have been sending in anonymous questions, and we genuinely don't know who they're from. They just come up anonymous. And we're going to work through them whilst we drink.
Yeah, and some of them have obviously sent like questions directly to DMs before we knew
how to use that software.
Yeah.
And then before we did that though, do you want to update everybody on the name of our followers?
Oh yeah, so we did the like poll asking you all what you wanted to be called as a collective, and the winning collective name was the Clitorati.
There was like all these amazing, like honestly, the list.
They were great. All of them were great.
Suggestions were hilarious. So you know how like Lady
Is that,
Gaga's
like...
got her monsters, and like I'm trying to think of what else. Like you've got all these celebrities, and they have like their collective name for their fan group, and then like it is, and then like we thought it'd be funny to see if anybody wanted a name for our fan group, and people delivered. They were just awesome.
Is Clitorati like Illuminati? Women's clitoral powers. Oh my god. Right, I just want to say, in sixth form, we had this optional module called Critical Thinking, and my friend did this thing where he tried to say clitical thinking as many times as possible to like members of staff without them realising what he was saying. He did it for like a year.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Anyway.
Right, so let's just like jump in and answer people's questions.
Okay.
So I'm gonna just quickly have a look on the app.
Okay, I've got some that were sent to the DMs.
Oh, okay. You wanna do some of them?
Yeah. Okay. Right. Straight in at the deep end with this one.
Oh, fucking hell.
What's your opinion on sexualized services? For example, female topless cleaning companies, topless barmaids, etc. Is it liberating, and what feminism is about, or is it sexual objectification of usually young women, which has been enabled by society?
Okay. Can I just say before we start, I think our questions should be like, I think we should be quite concise, because we've been sent about 50 questions now.
Yeah, but that's a good question.
Oh, yeah, no, I know. I was just saying, because some of these, we could do a whole podcast on just that. Do you know what I mean?
Sure. Oh, our answer's concise, not the
What
questions.
did I say? Oh,
Questions.
sorry. I've not ate enough today. I've been, working all day, and then I've just I've mixed some Ciroc vodka in with the Smirnoff Ice. Because you told me that stuff was smoother, so I was like, whack that in.
Yeah, it's really smooth. Can you tell?
No, I can't even taste it. It's lovely. So yeah, it must be smooth. Okay, so then, what do you want to start? Have you got a view on that?
Yeah. Of course, it's objectification. They're using women's bodies to sell a service or a product.
Yeah, it's like, hey, they can come and clean, but with their tits out. It's cleaning, but with tits. Yeah. Like, it's just objectification, as far as I'm concerned. I've, like, no interest in this being made into some sort of feminist empowerment bullshit argument at all.
Yeah.
Like, what's empowering about it? Like, genuinely, what? So that woman has to clean some fucking, I don't know, 54-year-old man's house, right? And she has to go around and pick up all his socks and, like, scrub his oven and empty his bins, but...
Empty his bins!
Just like...
That's so true!
I'm sorry, but that's what cleaners do. So people make out that it's this really glamorous job, but no, she's having to struggle picking up all these heavy shit and dragging the bin bags out, right? But she's got no top on. I'm sorry, that's not empowering, is it?
It's just like, that's like me on a fucking Saturday morning when I've got my dressing gown on and I've been cleaning.
Yeah.
And then I get too hot because I've got my dressing gown on and I've been cleaning, so I take it off. And then my tits just get in the way. So no, it's not empowering, it's fucking annoying.
Oh my God, exactly. I just can't... it's just not... It's the subordination of women as well. It's like, it's the fact that they're cleaning his house... Which is a lower, it's perceived as like this lower thing to do, to clean for somebody else, to look after them. But she's doing it topless. I don't know, I just hate it. I just hate it all.
Also, right, this is a bit of...
Damn it all to hell.
You know Hooters, where they serve food, don't they?
Yeah,
right?
and drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Is that not a health and safety hazard? Because imagine getting something like hot food or drinks on your nipples.
Oh, like on your skin.
It'd fucking burn.
Yeah. Fucking would. I've told you before, haven't I had that really bad injury from when I worked in hotels when I was a teenager, from that coffee machine that just like...
Malfunctioned.
It just malfunctioned and burnt all the skin off my hand, and I had to have like this gel wrap around my hand whilst my skin grew back. Like, I can't imagine doing that job without clothes on.
Yeah, exactly.
Ugh.
Exactly.
Yeah, no. Okay, next question.
Okay. Okay, so this is an interesting one. So someone said, how can I, as a broadly left-thinking but otherwise generally privileged, and then he's put in brackets, educated, middle-class, white man, be a proper and effective ally to women without making it about me? And he put serious question, by the way, this isn't trolling. And then he said, apologies if you've already addressed this.
Don't position yourself as some sort of fucking hero or like God's gift to women just because you're not a prat is a good start. Because what you do get with some of these men who are like, oh, I'm a feminist ally, is that they literally want cookies for it all the time. So that, like, you can't do that. Like, it's like the bare minimum you can be is supportive of women's rights and women's experiences. So don't expect any reward. You're not going to get a rosette.
Yeah.
Because that's where some of it comes from, I think. That's what makes me uncomfortable about it, is that you get guys that are like, look at me, I'm a feminist, I'm an ally, I'm brilliant, I'm a good man, I'm one of the good ones, I'm a good man. Listen to me, give me a platform, I'll talk about women's rights, I'm a good man. Like, shut the fuck up, dude.
Yeah.
Like, what you can do is shut up and let women speak on their own experiences. So, for example, like in practical terms, say you're a bloke in a meeting and you are watching a man talk over a woman's ideas or a woman's experiences, is literally shut the other fucking man up.
And call it out though as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Like seeing mansplaining and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, call it out.
And say something. So, like, say you're a straight guy and you've got a wife or a girlfriend, and you're, I don't know, at a garage, and like you're getting your car fixed, and they're like talking to you, and not her
about your wife's car.
Yeah, literally say, it's not my car, mate. It's hers. Talk to her.
Yeah, when you've just like you're in there with her because she fucking needed a lift there because the car's in the garage.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so, like, be that person who like makes the other man, you know, respect women. Like, if you're, you know, be that guy in the meeting that says, sorry, didn't she just say that? Aren't you just like rewording what she just said?
Yeah.
Like, be that guy. Be the one that challenges. Do something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be like what I would say.
I completely agree. I couldn't have said that better. Okay.
Have you got any more?
Do you want to do one of yours that you've had on?
What, from on here?
Yeah.
Do you both like being women? Have either of you wished for a prolonged period that you weren't women? From Anonymous.
When I was really little, I was like a proper tomboy.
She was. She looked like Bob the Builder. I've seen pictures. She looked like a dodgy bloke that come to give you a quote on your driveway. She even stood like one. I'm sorry. Can we share the photo after the podcast so people know? Sorry. When we
wearing like fucking double denim, leaning on a wall with my thumb up, with my hair like slicked back.
Honestly, the only thing that would have made that photo weirder is if she was smoking a pipe. You'd have to see the photo to know why we're laughing so hard. Honestly, she just looked like a really little con artist. Like a fucking cowboy that comes to tell you it's going to cost you $6,000 to tarmac your drive. Oh my god. Fucking hell.
Right.
Sorry, we're trying to answer this question. Okay.
Right. So...
Ooh, breathe.
I don't think I didn't want to not be a girl, but I wanted to be seen as different from girls. And I guess it's like different from like gender roles and gender role stereotypes.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be seen, and I didn't want to be like, and I wasn't the sort of girl who plays with dolls or anything like that. Like, it's very stereotypy, but you know, it gets pushed on you as a kid. Like, you get bought dolls, you get bought pink clothes and shit like that. It's like, just give me the cool toys. So, yeah.
I'm trying to think of, like... there's been so many times that I've not... Okay, there's been so many times where I've not wanted to be a girl or not wanted to be a woman, but I've never wanted to be a boy or a man. Do you know what?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean by that? It's like a limbo. Exactly. It's like all the experiences you have. Like, so for me, I did go through a phase. Well, it was quite a long phase, actually. I actually worry that if I was born now, I would be one of those kids that would get sucked into the whole, I was born in the wrong body, or like, I'm non-binary or whatever. Because when I was really young, from about 6 to about 12, I just looked like a boy. I had really short hair, I wore boys' clothes. I argued to be on the boys' football team because there was no girls' football team and I wanted to play football, so I played defence on the boys' team. And I actually passed for a boy, like I've got pictures of it and stuff. And I used to wear my male cousin's hand-me-downs because that's all we had. And like,
I used to buy boys' clothes from George at
you
Asda.
still fucking do. I mean, you got that top that's a boys... What is it? Is it Vans?
Yeah.
There's a Vans t-shirt as a boys one.
Yeah, but that's not for that reason.
No,
That's
I know,
because you don't pay VAT on kids' clothes, and I can fit in kids' clothes. But boys.
But I remember being, I must have been 10 or 11, and my hair was like really short, and it was all slicked back after I'd got out of the shower. And I remember looking in the mirror and thinking, I could be a boy. I could be a boy, and I was thinking like what name I would have and how I would get away with it and stuff. And this was like sort of 99, 2000, like, and I definitely did go through that for a long period of time. That I just felt like boys had more fun. Like, my brother had the best toys, like, as far as I was concerned. I thought, like, he had all the shooting toys, and he had a bow and arrow, and he had like all the best stuff, and he did all the best stuff. Whereas like my little sister was really, really feminine and had like dolls and Barbies and kitchens and prams, and I hated all of that so much. I've never ever played with that, and I just loathed all of it. I thought it was all stupid. So I don't know, like, but I don't think I ever like actively felt like I wanted to be a boy or a man. Yeah. It's hard to explain. It's like I really don't like the trappings of femininity at all. I really don't. But on the other hand, do I want to be a man or a boy? Nah. It's like almost like a stuck, like you're stuck.
Yeah.
And that's where like non-conformity comes from, gender non-conformity, isn't it? Yeah. It's that you don't want to conform to femininity.
Yeah.
It's weird. Okay, you want to do another? You got another? Or do you want me to take one from the list?
Yeah, because we've got loads on that one.
Did you like Barcelona? In brackets, I'm from Barcelona, from an anonymous.
Yeah, we loved Barcelona.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
We had a great time in Barcelona.
We went to Barcelona for New Year's Eve last year. Not last year, year before. Last year, everyone was locked in their houses. Fucking no one went to Barcelona except people in Barcelona.
Yes. And Instagram influencers.
Oh yeah, and them, and then the people who were working. But yeah, Barcelona was amazing, and we definitely want to go back.
Yes. I literally just want to go back to that rooftop bar to eat. To eat those patatas bravas.
Patatas bravas on that rooftop bar in Barcelona on the beach. Oh my god! And those cocktails.
Oh my god, they were just brilliant.
We just had the greatest day doing, like, that was New Year's Day, wasn't it? Didn't we do that on New Year's Day? Because New Year's Eve we went out for dinner at the Picasso. We were supposed to go to the Picasso restaurant.
Eve Day?
No, it was New Year's Day.
Yeah, because New Year's Eve Day we walked around.
Yeah, we walked some miles around Barcelona. We did so much exploring. Yeah. And we were so daft because we had really misjudged how warm it would be in Barcelona at the end of December, and we'd taken some fucking warm clothes, let me tell you. And like, because it was freezing here. And I'd got it in my brain thinking, like, it's not going to be that warm. It was like 18 degrees. Oh, my God. We had such warm clothes with us. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
We had, like, this thick, not even joking, we had thick woolly tights and full coats. We were fucking boiling.
Yeah.
People wandering around in T-shirts.
Yeah.
And we were, like, walking miles. It was awful. So,
it was amazing.
We absolutely adored Barcelona. We took, like, about 1,000 photos and beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Just stunning. Had such a lovely time, didn't we, babe?
Yeah, we had a great time.
It was just awesome. Okay, you want to take another from this list?
Yes.
Why do you live in England if the food is terrible?
I don't think it's terrible.
I do. I think like like traditionally what you would see as British or English
food is...
A
crisp sandwich. Fucking just an everything sandwich. You can't go wrong.
You're joking, aren't you? So you've got like what's classed as traditional English food? You've got chips.
Put it in a sandwich.
Well, no.
Say anything, any food.
Prawn cocktail.
Put it in a sandwich. See?
Hummus.
Sandwich.
Chicken.
It's going in the bread.
I'm trying to think of something that you'd be like, oh, I'm not putting that in a fucking sandwich. Chow mein.
People put noodles in sandwiches.
Do
Have
they?
you not seen that?
People put pot noodles in sandwiches, don't they? Let me think of something else that doesn't go in a sandwich.
Roast dinner. Put it in a sandwich.
Roast dinner in a sandwich would be fucking banging.
Yeah, everything goes in bread. We are amazing at just putting shit into bread. Probably because we're into bread.
My brain just listened to you do that. I was like,
Ducks pipe up. Who's into bread? We're into bread. I
will say though that, like, you know, the
NHS is why we live in England.
Yeah, the cuisine around the world is a million times better than here. I think, and that's my opinion. I think that our food here is just unimaginative, and
I think it's nice and carby and potatoey.
That's just about to say that. It's potatoes and carbs. If you like bread and potatoes, come here, you're gonna fucking love it. And if you want potatoes in bread or bread on potatoes, you'll be happy.
See, chip butty.
I know exactly.
This is what I like. Like, there's not a lot that I'm not like a nationalist or probably not even patriotic, but I do like carbs and I do like potatoes.
can't believe you just said that sentence. I'm not patriotic, I'm not nationalist, but I do like carbs. What the fuck is that got to do with anything?
Yeah, but Nigel Farage will probably be like, carbs? This is going to be my next campaign.
And I put it on the side of a bus. And fucking work for the last lot.
Fucking hell. Go on then, another.
Okay, stories of your first period.
England has great chocolate. Sorry, carry on.
Oh, I miss chocolate so bad.
Oh, I'm sorry, babe.
Oh, okay, stories of your first period.
I think...
How old are you?
11, 10.
Oh, I was
10,
11.
11. I came on a school residential.
Oh, fun. That's like the type of thing that you'd write into Ms. or Girl Talk. Like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I was on a school residential and I came on my period. Yeah,
I wasn't bothered though. Like from when I was about 10, we'd got stuff in the house for me because obviously it was going to happen. And then when I went on school residentials, my mum actually would tell me to put
like stuff in there just in case.
I started my period when I was there, and I did.
What, and you had stuff with you?
Yeah.
Fuck me, that is a level of prep.
It's my mum though, isn't
I know it is, yeah. I was 11. And sorry, I don't know whether I'm just getting old, but my memory of this is really fuzzy, but I don't remember it happening, but I remember the next day going to school with like maybe a pad or a panty liner and just I didn't feel grown up because I remember thinking that I would. I remember just feeling weird and just thinking like, oh, maybe people will know. People can tell by looking at me. And like I remember I've got this memory, this really sort of fuzzy memory of walking up the staircase at school thinking, can people tell? Like, and that's my memory of it. But I was telling Jamie, the other night when we'd had a drink. It was it was Valentine's Day, wasn't it? And we'd been drinking. That I used to think that, you know, like the gusset in knickers where sometimes it's not been stitched and you can put like your fingers into like the cotton bit in the knickers.
They purposely don't stitch it.
Oh, do they not? Okay, well I used to think that tampons just went in there, you just like slotted it in and that's where it went, and that was for a tampon. I was very confused. I didn't know it actually went in your vagina. And I remember just thinking, wow, that's doesn't make sense. Doesn't seem to work. What have you learned about growing up and being an adult? What do you wish you could have told your younger self?
I've got one about being an adult.
What have you learned about growing up and being an adult?
The most stressful thing, well, not the most stressful thing, but bin day. Anyone who is prepared for bin day every week
is like, should get a medal.
Yeah.
You know, like when I was at school, if you didn't have any days off school, you got a bike. I don't know why.
Congratulations on not being ill.
Yeah, it was. It was like you got a mountain bike. The same kid would get it every fucking year. The one that Mr. Sinnott, I'm pretty sure, used to abuse. What? He was definitely a perp, Mr. Sinnott. Jamie's got like her hand over her mouth. It's just, you know, those teachers that had a really unhealthy obsession with one child, but you're a child as well, and you're pretty sure there's something really bad happening, but you have no power at all, and you can't put your finger on it at all. Well, that kid kept winning a mountain bike.
Oh.
So there was something bad happening, and then the kid was getting a mountain bike.
Okay.
What were we talking about?
What have we...
Oh, that you were learning about... How did this mountain bike thing happen from the bin day?
Because I just, like...
Oh, that you get a medal for something stupid.
Yeah.
And then you get a mountain bike for not having a day off school.
Yeah.
Growing up and being an adult is putting the bin out, asking each other what's for dinner, and saying you've got backache.
And, like, every day you have to cook dinner.
Oh, I know. You have to actually make food several times a day.
And when you've got a puppy, it's even more.
Yeah, no, it's hard at the moment, isn't it?
It's harder than kids.
Yeah, definitely. What have I learned about growing up and being an adult? I really don't like the way that when you're an adult, you're like... I just feel like you almost get conditioned to be more and more two-faced. It's sort of like... It's almost like you don't like someone, but you've got to be nice to them. Why? Do you know what I mean? Like, so someone will say to you, well, so say, for example, you go to a family...
You sound like Carl Pilkington then.
Why? What are you doing sipping my drink? You can't have both drinks, Jamie.
I just wanted to taste it. What flavour Ciroc have you got in there?
Oh, I put the vanilla flavour in it.
Pineapple?
No, like, plain.
Plain vodka is not vanilla flavour.
You know what I mean? It's just plain. It's just a regular one. Why I don't like that. I think I don't like the way that people go. Like, so say you were going to a family gathering and you go, I fucking hate him. I don't want to go. And they go, no, be nice. No. Why do I have to be nice? I don't want to be. And they'll say, well, you've got to, you've got to lie, basically. You've got to, ask them how they are and pretend you care and have, this fake conversation with someone you don't like.
Yeah, but you might end up getting on with them.
No. I don't do fake nice and I don't do fake conversations with people. If I don't want to talk to them, I don't talk to them. And then that's seen as, rude as an adult. I don't like that.
Okay, let's go on to another. Do you want me to get one from the...
Yeah, definitely. Have you got more left?
Yeah, we've got a few.
Oh, yeah, you read some.
Okay. Sorry. I'm just choosing. Why do women have to pay all the costs of pregnancy, yet men want equal rights?
Men don't want equal rights.
Well, no, they say they do, though, don't they?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
That's why women end up having to do all the legwork, is because men say they want equal rights, but they don't actually want them. They're not going to do anything towards them.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, so here's one for you. What are your opinions on piercing children's ears?
No. Absolutely not.
It's Jamie's obviously undecided on this.
No, 100% not. Like, some people are like, oh, well, it's been shown that it can help stop migraines. Right, well, if your kid is suffering with migraines... It can
what?
Right, no,
what?
Yeah, that's the defence that I've heard. If your kid is suffering from migraines, take them to the fucking doctor. Don't pierce their fucking ears.
Yeah, don't take them to Sean's salon and get some fucking 9-carat gold cubic zirconia put in her ear. That won't help.
Right, but I feel like if your kid is old enough to be like, yeah, I want my ears pierced.
It helps with migraines. Is that real, Jamie?
Yes.
What?
Listen, honestly,
I'm looking it up after this.
Honestly, you should see it.
That's.
You made me lose what I was saying. Yeah, so if the kid is at least over 6, but they have to be able to understand that it hurts. They've got to want it themselves. And they've got to be able to know how to clean it properly and everything. Then maybe, but babies and toddlers, it is the most disgusting thing. It is all about the parents. It looks horrific. It's nasty. I hate it. It's one of my things that I fucking hate. Sorry. And I'm sorry if you've got your kid's ears pierced, but
she's not sorry.
But no.
See, this is
You're doing it for cosmetic reasons. You are mutilating your child for your own gain. Your kid isn't oh, I really want my ears pierced. And it's not a case of some people are oh, well, if we do it younger, then it's not going to hurt when she's older. Just let her make her own fucking decision. And it doesn't hurt that much when you're older anyway. It hurts more the younger you are.
Yeah.
It's the same as like when you're giving a dog their vaccinations. It hurts more on smaller dogs because in comparison the needle's bigger.
Yeah.
And also, the holes aren't even in the right place by the time you get older.
Are they not? What, on your ears, if you have them, like, pierced early? Oh, I didn't know that. I was 10 when I was allowed to go and get my ears pierced. And then I didn't look after them properly because I was fucking 10. And didn't really... like, you know, you have to, like, PE teacher, can you take them out for PE? And then you, like, forget, and, like, then you put them back in, and all the rest of it.
You not have them done at the start of the 6 weeks holidays?
I can't remember. But what I do remember is that by the time I was 12, they'd healed up. Then I had to have them done again when I was about 13. And then they healed up. And I actually had them done again at 22. And I've managed to keep my ears pierced.
I have a ton of piercings. So, like, if you don't know me, I've got a septum piercing. I've had my earlobes pierced 3 times. I've got a stretcher. I've got a nose piercing. And I want more when lockdown's over.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not against piercings or anything like that, but don't do it to your fucking toddlers.
Should there be an age?
I don't know. I think there should. I think you shouldn't be able to do it on toddlers.
I don't really know what the difference is morally between tattoos and piercings.
Well, piercings heal up, and it's not as...
Yeah, but it is like... it is literally, if you think about it, it's the piercing of flesh.
Yeah.
To put a body modification in it.
Yeah, so... but, like, I don't... Like, I was fine to have mine.
So, like, if you're alright with ears being pierced, why not pierce your baby's nose? Put a fucking nose ring in there.
Well, but, like, I don't see any difference between, like, piercing an older child's nose and piercing their ears. Like, fucking do it. My nose didn't even hurt one bit. And, like, they heal so quickly.
I just think that, to be honest with you,
just don't do it to babies and
just like any other medical
children.
procedure, I think there probably should be an age limit on it.
There should.
Like, sort of quite an old age limit on it, actually, to make sure that they understand it and can consent and stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, we've got...
Sorry about that. That is something that fucking pisses me off so much. I think it's horrible.
Let's have a think. God, there's so many. How on earth are we going to answer all these?
There's a quick one here. Any tips for the court process as a victim of sexual assault?
Arm yourself with information, read the victim's code, read the witness charter, download them for free, know your rights, get an IDVA or an ISVA, get somebody to advocate for you. Do not do it on your own. You know, like, literally arm yourself to the teeth with information and research. Hold police accountable if they're, like, not getting in touch with you and not giving you updates when they should.
But don't hold them too accountable because then they'll get pissed off with you, and don't know too much because then they'll get pissed off with you.
Yeah, no, that's... Jamie is absolutely right. Just because you have a ton of information about the criminal justice process does not mean that you should flex it because they'll probably get mardy. And they do. They really do. It's sort of like, if you turn around and go, well, actually, under the victim's code it says this, I guarantee you they'll get shitty.
The only things that I would say is that if you've got far enough to go to court, you've come further than the vast majority of any. However,
it's still not a given.
It's
expect
still
court
very slim.
Expect court to be horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible. Make sure. I think I think court is maybe just as traumatising as the
offence.
Yeah.
Yeah, loads
maybe
of, I
more.
mean, research with adults and with children, adults and children will often say, oh, it was worse than the rape, or it was worse than the attack, it was worse than the violence.
They make you go over it in such detail and they scrutinise everything. I think sometimes it's worse.
I definitely
but just make sure
like
that you've got support and just, like, go really, really easy on yourself.
Yep.
Like, treat yourself to whatever you want, like, eat whatever food you want, play games on your phone to keep you, you know, when you can, and just take someone with you. You are allowed to have someone with you.
Yep.
And if you want to use, like, video link or
special
the
measures
curtain or anything like that, then do it.
Yep, for sure.
But
don't feel like you have to stand in court And like, you know, you might get messages from people being like, stand in court, it gives a better message, it appears stronger, you know, to the defence or to the jury or to the magistrates. No, shut up, like, fuck off. Like, you do what you've got to do to get yourself through that process. Do not be put under pressure by anybody to do something that you cannot or do not want to do. And if you have any kind of, you know, additional need, learning disability or any other form of disability or difficulty or anything, you are entitled to so much more support, you know, and intermediaries and interpreters and supporters. They will often not offer them to you. So, you know, partially it's about talking to the witness care unit and being like, look, I have rights to this, I have entitlements to this, and I want this. You won't win any friends for it, but at the end of the day, those are your rights. So that's it,
yeah. Just know that, like, we believe you and that, like... And
you can always ask us, you could always message us and ask us if you get stuck. I've got a few more here if you want to have a bash at some of them.
Yeah, go for it.
What do you think about women being given the advice that they should have sex when they don't feel like it for the good of the relationship, which is in quotation marks?
Don't ever do anything sexual that you don't want to do.
Yeah, ever. And it's not for the good of the relationship at all, it's for the good of the bloke.
Yeah, if it was for the good of the relationship, then you
wouldn't do it.
Yeah, you should be talking, like, just talk to them about it. And if they're not supportive, then you need to get the fuck out.
Yeah, or they need to change. They need to take responsibility for being coercive. Because, like, at the end of the day, you know, if you don't feel like it, that is literally the end of the conversation. You know, that's not a negative thing. It's not rejection. It's
also,
not like that you don't love them. It's not whatever. It's like, if you don't feel like it for a million reasons, could be feeling minging, or you don't want it, you got a headache, you're stressed, you got shit on your mind, you're worried about something, or you're tired. Like,
but if you're still turned on when someone's being like, oh, I'm not really into it, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's never for the good of relationship, ever, ever, ever. You know, anyone that gives you that message is an abuser or basically an excuser. Like, that's it, really. Someone's written, generalising, which group of professionals are most up their own arses? Most up their own arses.
Right, not a group of professionals, but people who want to be lawyers. Not lawyers, people who want to be lawyers.
People with no training, but they want to be.
Or people who are, like, doing a law degree, but they're not lawyers.
I think that about... I found that when I was doing my psychology undergraduate years ago. Oh, my God, people doing a psychology undergraduate terrify me. Even the people on my course, it was like, I had an argument with a guy who was on my undergraduate course. We were literally 2 years in, and he wrote on social media that he was a psychologist, like a clinical psychologist. And I remember, like, messaging him going, you're not allowed to say that because we're actually just doing an undergraduate degree. You're not allowed to say to people you're a psychologist because you don't have a doctorate and you're not actually a psychologist. And it caused the biggest row on our, like, forum of students, because he'd basically just decided he was a psychologist, didn't even have his undergraduate yet. And then they found it, like quite a lot of people in the group found it really offensive that I was, like, challenging him about that. And then there was a lot of
sorry.
Oh my God, what was that?
I just clicked on something on Instagram and it was meant to be about fashion, but it was just like a
Why was she shrieking?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
That was scary. That's going to give me nightmares.
Oh my God.
I feel like I need to just listen to the next bit just so it doesn't scare me. Oh shit, it's gone.
Oh.
Where is it?
It's like The Ring. Do you remember that film?
Yeah.
Do you remember when all horror films went through a phase of being about, like, a girl with long black hair whose neck moved like it had got dislocated?
Yeah.
Like, and it was like all films were like that for about 3 years.
Yep.
And it's like, it's a family, but one day there's a girl with black hair whose neck turns round. And you're like, oh, wicked, I've seen this one.
Right. Right, come on.
Okay.
It's like The Orphan as well.
They were all like that.
Did you get any on your Facebook?
Why are so many women accepting the idea that men are women too? Is it gaslighting, fear, stupidity, or something else? That's all we've got time for, folks. No, I'm not scared of this at all. Like, at the end of the day, there is an incredible amount of pressure and misogyny towards women and girls anyway. So obviously there's also going to be pressure on them to accept theories and ideologies that they don't necessarily agree with. And when women...
Gender ideology is just an ideology.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't have to believe in gender. You don't have to believe in anyone else's gender. Same as you don't have to believe... You can support people's religion.
You can respect people without
you can support people's religion. You can support people's right to a religion, but you don't have to believe in their religion.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think that what you'll find is that it's a form of misogyny to force women to say things and believe things and act in ways that they don't want to. That's why there's no pressure on men to believe it. So when men sort of go, yeah, well, I don't believe in that, people go, well, he's entitled to his opinion. Whereas when women go, well,
women are meant to be carers and they're meant to care for everybody and be fair and loving and not even fair. Like they have to just.
They've got to like actually submit to others. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So women are literally supposed to care about everyone else to their own detriment.
Yeah.
That's
so true.
I think that's
in
my
everything.
view. Yeah. So I think that's what you're seeing there is that this isn't actually specific to this issue around sex and gender. What you're actually seeing is the same pattern of women being forced to like make everybody else's problem their problem and everybody else's, issues and sort of struggles their struggles. Like women are supposed to solve absolutely everything, that women are supposed to care about everything, otherwise they're just not good enough women because they're supposed to be the caregivers and the nurturers and stuff like that. So, some of it obviously is fear, but most of it is, I think, is that pressure on women to be like a good, caring woman. And obviously there's those of us that don't actually care for that stereotype whatsoever. So like if somebody says to us like, oh, you're not very nice, are you? I'm like, no, go away. No, I'm not nice. What a shame. Gosh, how am I going to live with myself now? You think I'm not a nice lady?
Right, come on.
I think like we're pretty much... There's 2 minutes left. What, you want to do another?
Have you got one on your Instagram or anything, or...?
Do you want me to have a look?
Yeah, have a quick look.
Oh, last one then. From Instagram DMs, do you have any book recommendations for a relatively new feminist? In particular, have you read anything that shaped your thinking when you were first introduced to the movement? Or anything you feel impacted your feminist thinking at any time? Right,
not really... a book, I don't know, but someone who I studied at uni, called Susan, is it Moller Oaken? I think that's her name. And she one of the things she writes about is feminism and multiculturalism, and she's a bit wishy-washy, and I think some of her but it's interesting to look into and sort of shape your own opinions. And sometimes she talks about how it's not compatible. Yeah. So, for me as, a lesbian and a feminist, but also a socialist and whatever, I like multiculturalism, but multiculturalism doesn't necessarily like me. Mm. There are religions that would see me dead before.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so maybe that.
I can honestly say that one of the first feminist books I ever read was actually Roxane Gay's Bad Feminist. And that was when I was much younger, when I would have said that I was a liberal feminist. But I actually think quite a lot of what's in Roxane's writing is bang on. There's some things that I don't agree with her on anymore and things that I went more radical with time. I would also say Gail Dine's Pornland.
First Radfem book I read was Julie Bindle's.
Pimping of Prostitution. Yeah, Bindle's work is perfect. You need to read around that. Dale Spender's work is awesome as well. I think that's pretty much all we've got time for, so we better go.
I really enjoyed that.
We should do that again.
Yeah, we should.
Okay, thank you so much to everybody who sent questions in. I'm sorry we didn't get around to all of them. There was a ton. We did not expect that at all.
We love you, Clitorati.
The Clitorati.
Right. Cheers.
Cheers.